Recording in progress.
Okay, welcome back to the Birmingham View. We've got Wayne Rooney's biggest fan back with us. Adam, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, good, Mark. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So we are going to chat this week then about Rooney's remit to get them out of the Championship and how that might end up going the other way. We're going to talk about Jordan James, and we're going to talk about team selections and whether Rooney can harbour any blame whatsoever for what's going on, or is it all square at these players? Really keen to get your views, Adam. I know you are really passionate about this, and you've sat suffering for the last 8 games as the rest of the fans hurl abuse at you. All right, let's go through the record then, where we're at. Played 8, won 1, drawn 2, lost 5. Where should we start? Let's go to the Blackburn game, shall we? Very quickly. First of all, that wasn't Rooney's fault, was it?
No, of course. How can you put that on the Rooney? No fan should be putting that on Rooney. That was purely the keeper. Handed them at least three out of 4 of the goals. Rooney's not playing in goals, is he? He can't guarantee that's going to happen or stop that from happening.
Yeah, and you actually said, I think 24 hours before that game on this podcast that, you know, you need a new keeper in January, and by goodness, you're proven right. Sorry, mate.
At least I do talk some sense.
Yeah, you do where you're going. All right, let's talk about the Rotherham game then, because I mean that Blackburn result just put a huge amount of pressure on that home game on Saturday. You know, the stadium fully open now. Rotherham, who are the worst side in the whole division away from home, and oh my goodness, Rooney's comments afterwards were saying we were lucky to get a draw. Was he right? First of all, in that sense,
by far, mate. They had the best chances. We handed them again a couple of chances. How they didn't score the one is beyond me. We had took Sanderson to block it on the line. Rooney's just speaking the truth. He's come out and said that some of these players need to grow some balls, which is true. That is exactly true. He's not asking them to do much. That's difficult. He's just asking them to play football.
How much is his team selection? Because if you look at Jordan James, for example, so from what I saw and read, Jordan James did really, really well against Blackburn, and yet he's absent in the starting lineup against Rotherham. And then when he does bring him on, he's pretty decent. So surely there's got to be some criticism of that.
Yes, because of his performance against Blackburn, but he ain't done a lot in a blue shirt. Let's face it, when he has played, in how many games now he's played for us. Yes, I know he plays well every time he wears a Wales shirt, but that's a bit different. I probably would have given him the start because of his performance against Blackburn. But he started with Bakuna, which again was just miles off it. But the whole squad was miles off it, so you could have brought anybody on and somebody would have improved it if they wanted to give it half a go. He did give it half a go, so fair play to him. He definitely deserves a chance to play now. But again, that's just one player. We're talking one player out of the 11.
We can't keep going back to what they were like under Eustace, but you'd like to think a John Eustace side would have beaten Rotherham at home, surely?
I think it was early on in the season. I think it might have been QPR at home. I think we should have won that, and it was one of the most boring games. It was just like the Rotherham game, to be honest. And that was Eustace's team. Listen, all Eustace did was sit 10 men behind the ball, regardless who we were playing, and just hope to hit on a lucky counter break. So that ain't going to get us up the league. It's not going to get us winning games. That's not what the owners want. So, yeah, we've got to forget what Eustace would have done. There's no guarantees he would have beat Rotherham.
Okay. I'm scared to ask you the next question because it's about Ollie Burke, and anyone who follows you on Twitter, like I do, knows your opinion. So please remember, we don't want any swearing here. But continuing with Ollie Burke up front, is this another reason why the fans are turning on Rooney so quickly? Because for some reason he can't see what most of the fans can see, which is that that's just never going to work.
No, it's not. But again, what has he got at his disposal? He can put Djukovic up front. Again, that's not going to do anything either. We could put Hogan up front. Again, that's not going to do anything. So he's got to put one of them in there. He's put Djukovic in. Missed a golden opportunity against Blackburn. The only time he got anywhere near their box, a header, which again is the only thing he's good at. He missed He missed the simple header. He's put Burke in again. I don't rate him at all. He's got nothing. I don't know what he offers us, but he's got to play something. I can honestly see January's got to be a striker, and I think Rooney knows this. He's got to go and get a striker in. Whether we get rid of Hogan, which I would imagine is going to be the one first out the door, because he's getting no minutes at all now under Rooney, where he did with Eustace. So I'd imagine Hogan will be gone to make room for a new striker.
Yeah, and Tom Brady was seen with Gary Cook, I think, at the City Spurs game, wasn't he? Wasn't he this weekend?
The next day.
Does that give you a glimmer of excitement that potentially there might be some Birmingham and Man City connection coming?
I've got my nan up front of the anyone other than them three that I've just named. Anyone could offer some sort of goal threat.
And just what's happened to Bacuna as well, just finally on the players, because again, amongst all of them, he seems to be coming in for a little bit of stick online. But again, has he got other options there that should put Bacuna on the bench?
Yeah, I think we're now saying Jordan James, isn't he? Should probably be starting in their midfield now. Listen, Bacuna on his days was probably one of the best centre mids in the league. But the problem is when he's having a bad day, he wouldn't get into a Sunday League team. So he's all flicks and tricks, but then hardly ever come off. So he loses possession 9 times out of 10. And obviously when we're struggling for results against teams like Rotherham and Sheffield Wednesday, fans are getting annoyed now with it. Yeah. I do think he probably deserves a drop as well.
Okay. And quite honestly, when Preston played QPR last Friday night and QPR won, and then Sheffield Wednesday go and beat Blackburn, so 2 of those bottom 3 start picking up points, and then you see Rotherham, who are the other team, and how well they play against you. Is there any fear that, end of December you're going to find yourself dragged into a relegation dogfight, or is there just too much quality for that?
Yeah, there's not quality there at all. We've got the odd player or two, but not enough to pull us further away. But again, football's a weird sport, isn't it? Sometimes you can go and get some mad results, and all of a sudden we could be 5 or 6 places higher up the league. I don't see that being the case. I actually probably would think come January the 1st, we'll probably will be in the bottom 5. Pressure will be mounting on Rooney. The owners, are really going to have to go out and try and pull some out to save them as well, the embarrassment of what they've done. But yeah, I think we will be in a relegation battle by the end of December.
All right, who does he drop for Coventry then, and who does he start?
Fucking all of them. Sorry, I was about to slip. For me, I think you've got to drop the keeper. I think you've got to make a point. You've come out in your press conference after Rotherham and basically slandered the players to the media. So I think you've got to make a point now. You start in 11. I think we've lost the right back again through injury, which is a massive blow because he's one of our best players. Other than that, I think they could all be dropped. The problem is we've got no one to replace them. So they're all quite lucky at the minute. Get us to January and get some new players in quick.
Yeah, it's true. When Ethan Laird went off, that's when was it a turning point on Saturday? Would you say you just got really sloppy?
Yeah, I think I tweeted after the game to basically say he's our best attacker. He's our right back. That's alarming. That is. Yeah, it's really alarming. So yeah, as soon as he went off Saturday, everything just dropped. The back four looked lost. We didn't look like we knew how to string a couple of passes together. And you could just see Rooney was frustrated, but so is everybody else.
All right, let's talk about the FA Cup draw just before we preview then the Coventry game. Hull away, thoughts, or could you care less?
I care less at this rate. Just send the kids up to play it and don't bother with it. We ain't going to win it, so we need to concentrate on the league now. If we was higher up the league, I'd say, come on, let's have a go at it. But the way it's going at the minute, I think we need to concentrate on the league.
Yeah, it's a tough draw as well, isn't it, against Hull? Okay, all right, Coventry then. Happy memories of playing Coventry as a Blue. Obviously, not too far away. They've had a few grounds which you've had to visit. I think over the times you've played them as well. You'll be there Friday night, shivering live on Sky. Happy memories of Coventry.
I went last season. I think it was 0-0. It was a horrendous game. And I think that was a night game actually. um, yeah, listen, they're not doing that great considering they've got a half decent squad. They spent some money on strikers. They're not really firing it at the minute, so it's one of them games. I think you Blues turn up, they might get a freak result there, but other than that, I probably can't see nothing more than a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, they can't score, you can't score, so it's not going to be
No.
a. It's definitely going to be under 2.5. 2.5 bet this one. All right, score prediction then, Adam.
I'll go 1-1. Yeah, I
Yep.
think I don't think anything more than that. I'm hoping for a shock, like I say every week.
And
But
are you still the only Blues fan in the country supporting Rooney, or do you generally stand on the terraces and speak to others, or are you now this? We've joked about you being a lone voice, but I tend to think every week we do this, you are becoming exactly what we've joked about.
no, I think there is still fans backing it because you've got to back the owners. The owners are the ones paying the bills. They want this. They want this way of playing, and what I believe is the right thing to do. You're only going to get out this league or get higher up in this league by playing football. You can't keep hoofing the ball and expecting to be finishing in the top 6 or 8. So yeah, Rooney's trying. Rooney's doing what I want him to do. He just hasn't got the players. Like I keep saying, let him get January in. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, we ain't too further down the league by the time that comes. But yeah, I'm still Rooney in. Keep him.
All right. Listen, if you're watching this on YouTube, folks, and you are another Rooney-in fan, and no Villa fans here, please, we want actually genuine Birmingham fans, drop a comment underneath this video, because I
I
know
think half of them are right.
it'll make Adam's day to watch this back and see that he has got some support for this point of view, because it's lonely being a lone voice, isn't it? But
Yeah.
all right, mate. Listen, thanks for coming on. We'll catch you next week. Enjoy
Yeah, it was
the
Mark.
Coventry game. Yeah, see you next week, mate. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.